Are we live? We're live! Look at Bruno. We're live. Don't worry, no one's here. It's just me and you. So, this is me figuring out how to do a live stream. We are not at the studio today. No, where are we? We're at home. I'm at home. I'm at my house, and I wanted to see if I could get this setup going. Oh, look it! There's actually a real human here. Hi, Will. And yeah, it's Bruno. Yeah. Bruno, come here. Toby's here too, but he's right there. Oh, no? Oh, okay. Anyways, I am just giving this a try, seeing how this all works, doing the setup from my house. Yeah. I've been doing live streams for a year and has it been? It's been a while now. It's been a couple years. Started in 2020, so we're 2022. Yeah, it's been 2 years now, and I've been going on Odin's live streams, going and bugging him. So I figured, you know what? Let me give it a try, see if this works. And I think I have it set up right. I've never actually done this. You think it needs some better lighting? It really does, because we're just in my bedroom. I have no lighting. We're not in the studio. This is just at my house. And yeah, it's terrible lighting. Let me see if I can close a curtain. Hold on. Anyways, this isn't going to be my permanent setup. This is really me just trying this out, seeing how this works. But yeah, I have to think about lighting. How's the sound? Because I am using my computer and I'm using the camera on the computer. I didn't even try and set up anything fancy. And yeah. Okay. What am I planning on streaming? Well, I was thinking about doing costume breakdowns where I break down costumes from head to toe and kind of talk about different ways you could approach coming up with the different pieces, you know. There's a million ways to do it wrong, and I figured I could put in my 2 cents on how we could, you know, talk costumes, talk shop, cuz yeah, I can talk hours about that. But, you know, answer questions. Fabric or foam? Depends. It really depends. I don't I figure out what I need to learn depending on what I'm trying to do. So, um, yeah. I'm newer in foam. I have done fabric, but that's not the only medium I work in. Cardboard, wood, whatever it needs. If it needs to be knitted, I can figure that out too. But yeah, more just kind of the general crafting and making of things. Um, and also sourcing, because sourcing materials can be difficult. Sometimes you just need to learn what something's called in order to look it up. Terminology makes a big difference because what I think something is and the way you find it. Wood in a costume? Yeah. Our Ghostbusters proton packs have wood in them. And I don't just do costumes. And you'd be surprised. Yeah, I've used wood in costumes. But I figured I could give my 2 cents on how to source materials, how to look up different pieces, because just trying to figure out what a crew neck, because that's a very specific neckline that you're looking for, but if you don't know the terminology, might be a harder thing to find versus a mock turtleneck. and yeah, different terminologies. Wood costume, ouch. Yeah, no, not the whole costume. Depends on the piece you need. It really does. Um, I've seen wood details in costumes all the time. There's wood beads. Um, yeah, if I feel like leather and foam really overlap in like knowledge and abilities. Um, I don't know. I more look at the overall picture of what I'm trying to create. What do I already know? What do I need to know? And can I already find it built? Is it cheaper to build it myself? Hi, Odin! Welcome! And let me see what else people are saying. Um, sorry I haven't been able to catch Odin's streams. Well, welcome. You're at my very first live stream, so that's exciting. Uh, yeah, but I'm just giving this a try, kind of seeing what you guys would be interested in generally talking about. Um, yeah, like if you got, I know Halloween's coming up. I know it's a few months away, but people who are really enthusiast get going now. Like the costume shop would always get busy around this time of year. So people would get the really good costumes and save them till Halloween. And also Ren fairs. Right now is really big on Ren fairs. So we'd be doing a lot of those. Um, but do you guys have any costume questions? Are you guys going to dress up for Halloween? Or is it more I dress up for cosplay as an art form versus a I don't know. I feel like there's no wrong. If you want to dress up, you dress up. Let's see. Okay, good. Whew, nothing important. Love to see my take on patterning. Okay, I have a lot of information on patterning. I just finished drafting a basic pattern set for my work that we use for the slopers to make other patterns off of. So what I do on a daily basis is I make custom patterns for every single bride. Not every single bride, but every single bride that I make the dress for, we do their patterns from numbers. So if we could get measurements, um, I could walk you through how to pattern a basic pattern set. Um, or general questions about them, because I know one of the hardest things about home sewing is using a pattern. I don't like store-bought patterns because they're so confusing and so hard to figure out because the shoulders are out here and everything else is there and you're trying to get it all to fit you and it just feels like you're sewing a giant paper bag by the time because fit was the whole point of making it yourself, and it can get where it gets the really tricky in sewing home things. And people are like, "Oh, this is how you fit things." But it's not the easiest, but once you get it, it's easier to explain it to others. So, um yeah, if you have questions about patterning, I can definitely help you with that. Yeah. Store patterns are very confusing. They have like 5/8 seam allowance, so it's not even a normal eyeball amount that we often use. And then they're meant to fit nobody. I don't know. I've had so many issues with them that I have not owned a paper pad like a store-bought pattern that I've used in years, which is nice. But I love looking through the catalogs. They have the funnest things. And if you have like a loose style, they're great. They really are great. I'm not dissing basic patterns. I just recognize that they're very difficult to use. Okay. Our family's doing He-Man this year. Awesome. I've only have Bruno's costume figure out. He's gonna be the stray cat from Stray, the video game, because I want to make him the little backpack and give him the little paper bag for the head. And my kitty cat. You guys haven't met my cat. If he comes up here, I might let you guys meet Spooky. I'm going to make him into a little black bat, and Toby probably will be a cow. I think we're going animal themed, but I haven't made up my mind. I don't know what I'm going to do 100% yet, but I really don't have to because I can do what. It'll be fun no matter what it is. Yeah. We decide on our costumes in March every year. That's a great idea because honestly, if you do, then you have time to go shopping, sourcing your materials, and then gives you time to do it cheap because you either have the time or the money. It's, you know, that's a great time to do it. But I feel like every time I try and get everybody to commit to costumes in March, by the time Halloween comes around, they don't want that costume anymore. They want this one. And I feel a little distracted like that too, so. But I get it. Bruno, you want to come show off your costume? Come here, Bruno. Come here. Bruno, come here. This was his costume last year, huh? Wait. This way. Oh. Doesn't he look delicious? All right, you can come hang out with me. Cheap. I wish one year I built 3 lightsabers that cost almost 600 each. Jeez. Well, at least you could probably spread out the cost over time so it doesn't feel as expensive. Oy. Yeah, well, Connor says that's smart to decide early. Always do last minute con crunch style costumes. Yeah, but that's fun. You know, it really is. Sometimes I just really want the costume. And I'm like, you know what? I really want to do Queen of Hearts. I'm going to do it for Halloween. So I spend the year working on a Queen of Hearts costume to wear to some Halloween party. You know what I mean? So I've done it both ways. Oh, we got more people in here. Wow. I thought I was going to be talking to a wall. We got Adam Turbiano. I'm gonna guess that. I'm trying to figure out how to make the outfit for Hunter Civilian outfit from Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Let me look that up. Sorry if it's boring to have me look that up, but then I can give you actual genuine tips. And let me go over here. Hopefully this doesn't interrupt anything. Let me go here. Control Enter. Let me see what that is. Images. Bad Batch. Okay. I can see that. Amazon has a really good, let me go back so I can see you guys. Can you see me? All right. Hunter Civilian from Bad Batch. That one, I've seen those tunics. So you can look up Renaissance tunic or pirate tunic. You got to use the terms that Amazon's going to use, not necessarily the real terms, because they have those really great vests that are in that Robin Hood green. But that's a really good place to start, and it looks like his costume is fairly comfortable. Get a little skull on a red bandana. Yeah, that one looks like a really nice one to pull off. You can even go all out and make a foam belt buckle. Sorry. I don't know how boring it is me looking up at the costumes. um, Matt Bates, my family's nuts about Halloween. I love that. I have friends who celebrate Halloween bigger than Christmas. They do their house from head to toe, haunted house, people over, crazy treats, like they go all out and it is a blast just to visit. I just love the enthusiasm. I like it when people go nuts for the holidays. Halloween's my favorite because it's dress up holiday, decorate holiday, crazy food holiday. Be you, be someone else. Who gives a shit holiday? But Matt Bates says my profile pic is an animatronic I built myself. Ooh, let me peek. That's really tiny, so I'll have to look at that later. Big Bob's Props, hello from the UK. Wow, welcome to my bedroom. Not showing you the whole thing off. We're just gonna stand in front of this carpet. Matt Bates, I wish I could share pics here. We just put up our Halloween tree. Halloween trees. So when I was a little kid, Halloween trees were dead trees, like the ones that lost their branches. And we were like, look, it's a Halloween tree. And so that might be fun to put up one year. I could put it up this. Anyways, that's a good idea. I haven't even thought about that in a while. Yeah. So, okay. Wow, I've been doing this for a little bit. I haven't died. I'm still here. I'm survived. And you guys are here, so welcome. I have a whole 7 people watching. That's awesome. And I haven't crashed anything. My lighting's terrible, but oh well. Sound is okay. And Bruno is dressed up like a hot dog and ran away from me. Toby, you want to come say hi? You want to come say hi? Come here. No? You're like, I'm holding your hand already. His paw's on my foot, so he doesn't want to come closer. Okay. Ben Lynch. Ben and Lynch is here. Yes, I have one of the Irish. Hi, Ben and Lynch. Welcome. And ooh, Matt Bakes uses a outdoor pre-lit wire tree. So, like a fir tree, wire tree? I feel like ever since Disney came out with The Nightmare Before Christmas, the lines have just been blurred of what is acceptable and what is not for Halloween and Christmas. I think it's a way that they got to sneak Christmas decorations into the stores earlier. Odin, that's a very good question. How would you make a pattern for a pet costume? Bruno totally ran away from me. I need a model. What if it's Spooky? Spooky here? Spooky! Nobody wants to come on camera with me. Anyways, so for animals, you're gonna want to go from I would put on their collar first, okay? So you have a reference point. I would go from measure their backbone from collar to where you would want the costume to stop, like t-shirt. Let's just go basic t-shirt, okay? So from the collar to where you want it to stop. Now, you're going to have to go around the front and around the tummy where the legs are, and that's where that joint is. So I would measure from the collar to the bottom of the rib cage. And then I would measure the circumference of the rib cage. And then I would take those measurements and I would draw them out. So on a piece of paper, I would put out my collar to not tail, but to end point. And then I would go perpendicular to that. I would make sure I go out the circumference. So I would draw a line that goes out however long it needs to go around the Bruno or Toby or whoever I'm making it for. And then, so, and then I would take a measurement of, I would take a 45-degree angle specifically and put it at the very end of my T where the collar is. I'll make it so it looks like a Y with a T, yeah, a Y with it crossed off. And then I would kind of lay out my pattern from there, knowing that I need it to be this wide, this long. So if I'm making a ballerina skirt, I know, or wear t-shirt where I kind of want everything, and I would draw in my armholes from there so that I know that it fits. Because usually the biggest problems that I have with animal costumes is that it doesn't go, you need to make sure that it goes around, and then also the neck hole rib cage measurements work. I feel like that I may have confused you more than I explained it. But that's a really good one. I should, maybe I'll film me making Spooky's costume because I'm going to be making him the backpack, or Bruno. I'm going to make one for Spooky and Bruno, backpack from Stray. So that will give you a very good idea of how I pattern for pets. I'll have to do that. But thank you, Odin, for a very long-winded question for me. Um, Ben Lynch, stuff and recycle your old pets. I was talking about pet costumes, like how I would go about patterning them, but you're going to need your circumference length and yeah, how big you want things, and then you lay it out there that way. But I should do a video on that, that's for sure. But I have made it my whole 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes left, and then I'm gonna go before I lose my nerve. But welcome, welcome. There are a whole 9 people in here. And Odin says, I appreciate the explanation. Thank you. Well, I hope it made sense, because I did start to wander there for a bit. But if Bruno didn't run off with his cute costume, it would be, I'd have something to show you off of. Toby, come here. Come here. Right here. Come here. Come here. No? I can't get them to leave me alone. And now I'm like, hey, come here. Come be with me. And they're like, mm-mm. I know I'm not supposed to be near that computer. Ben Lynch says, I meant to make a mannequin. Sorry, bad joke. Well, I missed it. Sorry. I meant to make a mannequin. Oh, yeah. I made a mannequin, didn't I? I have that video footage right here. I'm not editing that, am I? Oh, well. You guys will get it eventually. I really like my mannequin too, and I think you guys would like it. What am I talking about? I made a make your own dress form video where I made a dress form for under 20 bucks, and I absolutely love it, and I need to share it with you guys, but I have to edit it. I'm not as good at editing as I am as making dress forms, so. But I'm here. We're trying this. This is my very first live stream. I'm here. We have a whole 10 people here in the audience, and you guys are from all around the world. That just blows my mind. And we are just talking costumes. We are geeking out about Halloween that's coming up and figuring out what we're going to do for Halloween. I have no idea what I'm going to be yet. We'll figure it out when I get there. But yeah. So let's see. Odin Makes. Have you talked about your favorite fix from beginning part of cosplay repair last weekend? Oh, no, I have not. That is a good topic. I will tell that in just a second. Maker Bates, yes, please edit, edit, edit. Yeah, I really got to because I want to make half-scale dress forms this year for Christmas. Not that anybody that is getting one of those would hear me say that out loud, so I can tell you guys. But I plan on making half-scale dress forms for my coworkers for Christmas this year, and I'm gonna take the foam dress form that I made, and then shrink it and scale it and make a bunch of those. So I really need to edit that so I can get on the next part. So, and hi, Austin Lips, welcome. I am live, and you guys are all here at my first live stream. So Odin wanted to know what was my favorite fix beginning part of cosplay repair last weekend. So last weekend I was, Toby, either come here or stop whining at me. Last weekend I was helping at the cosplay repair booth at SAC Anime with Odin, and we repaired a lot of costumes. It was just a blur of costumes going by. I gotta think what my favorite fix was, because I did fix there were costumes that were like my favorite costume that got fixed. You know, that Dr. Olivia, that one was just impressive. But all I did was hand her a couple safety pins. You know, like her costume didn't really need much. Toby, come here. Either come here or stop crying. Come here. Come here. Toby. Come here. All right, we're holding hands. Just so you know, this is Toby, and we're holding hands. Say hi, Toby. Okay. He's just sitting there whining, going, we need to hold hands. And I'm like, if you're whining, nobody can see you. But I got distracted. But that was my favorite costume that I saw, but I didn't fix it. I think the person that I helped the most was the Loki costume. Like, he had a really expensive, nice costume on, and he popped a seam. And I was able to stitch that little corner, because it was a really tricky corner. And he had fixed a pop seam the night before, and it took him hours to do what I did in a few minutes. So I think he was like the most grateful of all the people that I helped at the cosplay repair. The cutest person I helped was this little girl who, broke her flip-flop, favorite pair of flip-flops. Mom's trying to get her to get rid of them, but she needs to get through the con. I was able to cut out a little heart shape piece of foam to stick and then glue that back with the hole in it so that it reinforced the bottom of the flip-flop, because what the foam's a lot stronger than flip-flop foam. Who would have thunk? But it was adorable. She was super grateful, and she got to keep her shoes a little longer. So those were the ones that really stood out to me, I think. Hi, Connor Cook. You said, hi, Felicia. How are you doing? Is there any content coming in the future? Yes, but it all is kind of contingent on me editing, and that is where we are stuck, because I have a great project in my computer right here that I'm not editing right now. My dress form video that I made, where I made a dress form for under 20 bucks. And I think as long as Harbor Freight didn't raise their prices on their floor mat foam, I believe is with inflation still under 20 bucks, at least under 25. But I feel like I want to do the $50 version of this $25 one. And then I still have the half scale dress forms to go with that one. But that video's shot. I have to edit. That's going to be coming out. I have a couple things that I have that will be coming out, but all of it is stuck on me editing. So that's what that is. but this is me trying to live stream and giving it a shot. This is my very first live stream here at my house. We got Toby with me. He says hi. Whoops. He doesn't want to say hi. Hi, Toby. Come here. Here, good boy. You can come here. It's okay. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm live. I'm here. Matt, you're here. Hi, Matt. That's my little brother. Now I have to watch what I say. Shh. Yeah, so I figured I was going to try and do a few live streams and talk costumes from now until the Halloween crunch, where you guys can ask me questions that you have about your costumes that you're working on, what things are called, how you would go about finding or sourcing different parts or making, or you know what I mean? So if you guys have any questions, costume related, Halloween related, send them my way. Yeah, sorry. You are cute, Toby. I do. I do. Yeah. Matt Maker Bates, when do you think you will be live streaming? I was thinking about going on either Thursday or Fridays after I get off of work. Um, so let me know if Thursdays or Fridays work better for you guys. I'm really not particular on a time. This is my first time live streaming. Yesterday I was like, can I live stream? Like, cause I wasn't sure like how you even went about it. And then YouTube told me, well, in 24 hours you can go live. And I was like, oh, well, there's a time. So, um, this is my very first live stream. It's the first time they let me live stream. So, that's how I started doing this. But I figured that from now till Halloween that I could do something fairly consistent, and just talk shop. Because this is like one of the first years that I'm not going to be at the costume shop. I know that the last couple years didn't feel real. This year it's kind of starting to sink in that Decades doesn't exist anymore. Kind of because Broadway Costume absorbed a lot of their inventory, and Cheap Thrills has a lot, so I can still source material from other costume shops, but working at my costume shop, it's not there anymore. But I still get excited and want to talk costumes, like, so let's see. What are you guys saying? Matt, spill the dirt on Felicia, please. Shh, don't say anything. They know nothing. Um, it's not baits, it's bats, like rats with wings. That makes more sense. Maker bats. Okay. That's awesome. Sorry. I can butcher anybody's name. But I'm going to stick around for about 5 more minutes if you guys have questions, because I told myself I'd do 30 minutes. Next time I might do longer. But let's, yeah, I'm going to try this again on Friday. I'll do tomorrow. Tomorrow, Friday. Yeah. So tomorrow, Friday, 4:15. And then we'll go Fridays or Thursdays, depending on which works better after that. Way to have my back, Matt. Thanks. Yeah, so I got a whole 10 people. Thank you guys for coming, for stopping by, for checking this out, for saying hi to me, for asking me questions. Yeah, I'll do this again tomorrow. Same time, 4:15. Yeah, and come at me with questions. I'll have some doggy costumes examples since I wasn't able to really show that. But we can talk patterns. Because animal costumes are a different set of problems. And yes, we can talk about that. Um, Ben and Lynch, you ever think about doing a tour of where you work and what you make for work? That's a good idea. Actually, I at my job, I just filmed a how to take your own measurements video with um where I show how to take all the measurements that I need. And these are all the measurements that I need to make your basic pattern set. So as soon as that's live, I can link that on Discord since I believe you guys are all on Discord. I don't know. I'll link it, but there is a video on how to measure that I did with my job at Wear Your Love XO um, bridal gowns, um, where we show you how to custom measure for your bridal gown. You don't really get to see the studio there, but um, but we are at the studio, but you don't really get to see much of it. But you get to it is how to do your basic measurements. Um, I could talk to my boss. She might be open to me showing off the studio. It's not really public, it's just where we work, but it actually might be a good idea because I could show you what it takes to make to make things on a business scale. But maybe in the future, not tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow, I will bring the doggy costumes and we can do that. And we can talk patterns. Come with me, come at me with questions. Thank you for being here. It's 5 o'clock. I survived. I made it. You guys were here with me. I really appreciate that. From now till Halloween, I'm going to go once a week. This week I'll do tomorrow because this was my test day to see if I could even do this. But I'll once a week and we come at me with your questions about patterning, about costumes, and we'll have some fun. And you have anything to add, Toby? No? Nothing? Okay. Um, yeah, so thank you. Let's see. I'm going to end the stream now. Bye. Thank you for joining me.